It's a very special day in the channel today. The first time I'm testing anything from Mizuno. I've hit Mizuno clubs at the PGA show, but this blue box arrived last week, and I'm so excited to dive into these gorgeous irons that are hitting retail in September. These are the brand new Mizuno Pro S-1s. Let's get into it. So they sent me the 9, the 7, and the 5 iron, just a little bit of a tease of the full set when they do arrive in September. I played the Mizuno Pro 2 in college. Then I didn't hit a Mizuno iron until the PGA show of 2024. So I haven't hit a Mizuno iron since January of 2024. This is it. Starting with the 9 iron, it looks good. The toe is squarer than what I'm used to looking at or what I recall Mizuno's to look like. Caught that thing really heavy, but it still dug out of that turf well. Wow. I know a lot of people talk about like buttery feeling. I still like a little bit of pop. I like it to feel like metal when I hit it, and that felt like that. It felt soft, but it still felt strong. That blade is small, that's for sure. Taking a little closer look at the build, the tech, the design of this thing. First and foremost, it's a small blade. It's a small muscle back blade. More specifically though, it's a channel back. They've built this channel to improve the vertical MOI across the face. When we look at that blade length though, it's a little bit shorter and it's more consistent throughout the bag. They took a lot of tour input for the blade length design. Continuing on that tour input, we see a much squarer toe than Mizuno irons of past. Ben Griffin, Keith Mitchell had a lot to say about that. They like a little squarer looking toe, a little more tour inspired, so they went with that. Look down at it too, not a lot of offset. This screams workability, playability, going through the turf well, because when we look at this sole, it's an improved sole design. It's a little flatter, a little sharper leading edge. The 241 was kind of more rounded throughout, a little more blunt leading edge. Definitely for a shallower angle of attack. It's gonna dig into the turf quick and get out of the turf quick. A little more bounce. Definitely something special from Mizuno with this S1. Let's see if we can hit something kind of low. Yeah, you want that workability, that playability, not a lot of offset in this whatsoever. Oh wow. That felt so good. Just for a smooth 9 iron. Let's jump into the 7 iron now. Let's see that workability, that playability. I'm used to a little bit of offset, but I fight losing it left, so this could actually be really good for me. So let's try to flight a little 7 iron. A little push, but wow. That turf interaction is really, really good. It's getting into the turf fast and out of the turf fast. See, I towed that, but it didn't do that, which is what a little more offset would do. It's designed for a more shallower angle of attack, and I certainly fight that. So this could expose me if I'm not swinging well. Wow, that felt great. So let's see if we can hit a little kind of sliding fade. This is the workability that this iron is designed for. Oh yeah. That feels good. We'll go into the 5 iron, which is tiny. That is a small, little offset long iron. Whoa. See, that was a hair on the toe side. So we talk about workability. Let's see if we can kind of hit a high one. Lost it a little right, but it still did what I wanted it to do. Because less offset, I think, your miss is gonna be to the right when you miss it, which is good. I fight the pull, so the pull draw is less likely to happen. But gosh, these just are interacting with the turf well, and they feel great. A little heavy, but that went through the turf. Really, really good, okay. Let's close on just a nice smooth 7 iron and then go to the studio and get some numbers on these things and really dive into the performance. Yep. Let's go in the garage. All right, it's a Mizuno iron. We know they're gorgeous. We know they feel really good. And out there on the range, I experienced that. I like the little shorter blade length. The squarer toe, not my first choice in terms of what I like to look at, but it grew on me. It started to look better the more that I hit them. I really like the lack of offset because, like I said, I fight that little pull, and I don't want that pull draw to happen. So the less offset definitely keeps that from happening. Was it my best session out there? We experienced some bad shots, but we got some forgiveness. And out of a premium like tour player ball striker blade, the fact that there was some good forgiveness on some of those ones where I got a little steep, a little heavy, just encouraging stuff. Very redeemable quality, because I've hit some blades over the years that had no forgiveness, and when you hit it bad, it goes nowhere. Those ones, no launch monitor out there, they still looked like they were kind of hitting the window and carrying pretty dang close to what I would have wanted them to carry if I did that on the golf course. Luckily, coming in here, I warmed up a little bit more, was swinging a little bit better, wanting to grab 10 shots with each of these clubs. Not trying to find a good ones, the averages, just 10 shots in a row. What do these clubs produce, regardless of how I swung it or struck it in those 10 shots? Starting with the 9-iron, felt so good, obviously. But the precision, the consistency, we look at the flight of them, really predictable, really consistent, not really low and left or high and right if I hit that shot, because shots 2 and 9, those were the pulls. They didn't lose a lot of height, nor did they not lose a lot of spin or fly too far. I like to pull my 9-iron roughly at about, let's say 152, 153. And that's exactly what this thing averaged out to for 10 shots. Never lower than 150 and never higher than 156. So that's really encouraging. So no matter how I struck it, if I kept the blade a little square, if I pulled it a hair, the distance, the launch, the spin, everything was really precise, really consistent. And that's what you expect out of a ball striker, player, tour-inspired iron. I experienced that very much with that 9-iron. The more I hit it, the more, I fell in love with it. Moving into the 7-iron, I felt like it didn't go quite as far as what I would pull a 7-iron at, averaging 177, but it was consistent, it was precise. It was fine about 175, 176 for a couple shots in a row, but even the pull didn't go crazy. Pulled at 185 in the air, so as we get higher in the bag, we pull it, the spin's going to come down, it's going to launch a little bit lower, it's going to fly a little bit further, but it was a pretty decent shot. Shot number 4 was kind of it. 182, perfect numbers across the board, just a smooth, strong 7-iron that felt so good. Again, that lack of offset, really like that, because a player like myself who does get a little quick with the upper body, I don't want that face turning as well. So that's just a design element that really suits my game. Flight is really good. We lost one high into the right, but we didn't lose a ton of yardage on it because the spin, the launch, the ball speed isn't immensely compromised. It's just super encouraging, and it speaks to just the premium design and quality of these irons. Rolling into the 5-iron, experienced a little bit more of a challenge in terms of like where I was hitting it, the flight, but the distance, so good. Number 6 kind of come up and out of it. Obviously, we lose some yards because I would pull 5-iron from about 205, 208, and we average this one 204. It's a little down because the spin is actually a little up for me. I always spin the long irons really well for whatever reason, maybe the way they designed it. The spin for me is a little high, but that's kind of nice to see in a really challenging, hard to hit small long iron. We see it flying, and when you come up and out of a 5-iron, you should lose some yardage out of it. I should lose 6, 8, 7 yards for a really bad shot, and that's exactly what that one was there. But the rest of the shots, even the pull wasn't a nuke, because that's the other thing you fight. If the long irons are slightly lower spinning, and you pull it, you're going to hit it lower. The spin is even more down. You're going to hit it 15 yards further in the air, and you're really screwed. Now, the precision, they're really good, but they're for really good players. You saw my range session. That was not good. My indoor session was better, but I don't practice every day. I don't golf every day. I do that like once a week. Are these meant for me? I mean, if I was practicing a lot, yeah, I would like to play these, but I would also like a little bit more forgiveness in maybe like the S3 because I don't play as much. I want a little help. You see, I get a little steep, and this design with that sharper leading edge and less bounce on the leading edge, not really for me and how I'm swinging it at the minute. This is for a really good player that really wants that workability, that likes that turf interaction, a little shallower angle of attack, in and out fast. They're gorgeous. They feel so good. They sound so good. It's been a long time since I've hit Mizuno irons. I would love the full set to have played with them like I usually do. I'll go play a team to test. But these 3 irons alone, It's got me salivating for some more. I'd like maybe the S3s in the top of the bag, the S1s in the bottom of the bag to go play around a golf for 2 or 3, or keep them in the bag because they feel really good, they perform really well, but you need to perform really well to get the most out of them. So let me know, what kind of Mizuno irons do you use? Are you excited about this new lineup, this new launch? Sign off in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.